Hello, and welcome to the Daily Kirby Podcast. Today I'm gonna be playing Stage 4 of Raisin Ruins. I believe Stage 4 is the one that mostly takes place inside of some ruins. The Raisin Ruins. Wow. Do you got any races in here? Do you think diegetically, etymology-wise, on Popstar, all of the locations are just named after plants or national foods or whatever? Like, did they just grow grapes in Grape Garden? Is Pumpkin Grand like a good pumpkin patch? Do they have a... Do they just have a lot of peanuts in Peanut Plains? What if a stage is named after non-natural foods? I can't really think of any right now, but there's gotta be some, right? I guess just Lollipop Land, but you can literally see that ice cream and lollipops and stuff are made in Lollipop Land. That's why it's called Lollipop Land. But what other food named Kirby areas are there? Oh yeah, I love this puzzle. There's so many ways to do this puzzle. With bomb, you just put a bomb there. The intended solution, I think, is to use beam from down here, or something? I forgot. But there's just so many ways to solve the puzzle, I love it. Yeah, you know what? That'll be this episode. I'm just gonna try to recount all of the... I'm just gonna try to recount all of the food name stages. So, Kirby's Dream Land. No stages are named after foods. Only the color green. The existence of Lolo. The fact that islands are floating, I guess. The fact that clouds are bubbly. And Diegetically. Adventure, you got a lot of... Actually, nah, this is a boring topic. I'm gonna stop this now. You know, randomly pivoting the topic in the middle of recording, it's not a good play, but I guess that's what I'm doing. Here on the Daily Kirby Podcast, we don't have any formalities. I just do whatever. Anything that comes to mind goes. It doesn't matter how good it is, it doesn't matter how... anything... Pizza! It just is. So I do still kind of want to try to think of a Kirby stage named after a food that isn't just a plant. A Kirby area which has a name that can't just diegetically be explained by this area naturally contains these plants. What's an example of that? There's gotta be one, right? It's not like they have, like, Hot Dog Land in one of the games. But... is there seriously not, like, a Kirby stage named after candy? Just Sweetland from Epic Yarn, that's Patchland, I wouldn't really count that. And also, even then, it does naturally contain those foods. But I don't know how to do that without just going through, thinking about each game. I don't think anyone wants to listen to me do that right now. There's not like a, what's the thing Kirby is A on the screen right now? What are these things called again? I actually forgot. What are they called? The... dumplings! There's not like a dumpling land in Kirby. No, really, hell, outside of Epic Yarn, there isn't even a Kirby stage that's just a desert. Like, Kirby's like the one franchise where you would expect that to exist, but no. There is no desert. The closest you're gonna get is Sweetland from Epic Yarn. And yeah, the more I think about it, I think pretty much all- oh wait, no, there's Candy Mountain. Candy Mountain exists. As well as Cocoa Cave, which... You know what? Sure. Cocoa beans growing in caves. Cocoa beans are something that exists. What about Candy Mountain? Let's try to figure this out canonically. Why is... How did Candy Mountain get named Candy Mountain? Do they, like, just have sugar canes there? Is there just a lot of sugar there? So there's just a lot of candy produced there? Would it really be called Candy Mountain before then? Like, would the candy production really come before naming the mountain? Well, okay, let's see here. At the bottom of Candy Mountain lies Cocoa Cave. Cocoa Cave contains cocoa beans. These cocoa beans are probably made to produce, chocolate. There's also... I guess... Let's assume there's, sugar production close to there. All of the sugar production combined makes the area surrounding, Candy Mountain a very common place to produce candy. This was, like, before... I guess this was maybe before they decided to determine geographical names of stuff, because honestly, the folks of Popstar do not seem like folks that would care much about that. At least not in early civilization development. And let's add on to this. In the production of this, they build the Mallow Castle. A castle made solely for the production of marshmallows or something. During the making of Mallow Castle, or at least maybe even before it existed, because of the sheer amount of candy resources surrounding Candy Mountain, and because of how much candy gets produced around the mountain, they just ended up calling it Candy Mountain because they didn't have a good name for it. Before then, they just referred to it as The Mountain, or, I don't know, Cocoa Cave Mountain or something. Maybe Cocoa Mountain. And Mallow Castle, that is a man-made building. There's no problem with that being called Mallow Castle. So that's... Oh, hey, I got a 1. Nice. So that's my on-the-spot canonical explanation for why those areas were called Mallow Castle, Cocoa Cave, and Candy Mountain. And then there's also Peanut Plains, which I guess there's just a bunch of peanuts that grow there. Wow! Boss, stage 5. Homestuck Act, beginning and ending segment animation. I've been reading a lot of Homestuck lately. Also, Booming Blasters! Can I get, like, a moment of silence for Scope Shot? I miss Scope Shot. Maybe I should dedicate an episode to Scope Shot once I get to Merry Magaland. But yeah, that's it for this episode. Thanks for watching.